Hey guys! In this video I will review the Swords Update 20. I'll look at the swords in order. Our first sword will be an ordinary saber. What can I say about this sword besides the skill for X? It is useless, but you can just take this sword for fun. Melee damage standard. Let's look at skills and damage. Next sword duo katana. This sword is good because it knocks back mobs. Medium katana in 1C. Triple katana good because with the skill on X it throws back mobs a little further away. Sword Sang in World 1. She is good at collecting mobs and stopping them. Double hooks 2 skills. I don't have the skill, sorry. 2 skill releases an elephant and attracts the player to itself in PvP. For a farming enthusiast, I don't recommend. Iron Mace. Other than knocking back and stopping mobs, there is nothing useful. Marder is good because he stops mobs and damages with skills for farming in 1C is suitable. Trident. This sword is already more interesting. It attracts mobs and players to itself. For a combo in 2C will do for farming if the mob runs away from you. The Soul Cane in Cs 1 and 2 freezes the mob and the player for 1 second. The pipe is good because it sets mobs and players on fire and throws away their weapons for an amateur. thing about a long sword is that it will put a player or a mob in prison. Unfortunately, I don't have this skill. Jit good in PvP because when skill is X it blinds the player for 5 to 6 seconds. For farming I don't recommend it. The gravity sword is good in PvP because it attracts the player to itself. There is no skill for X, but it seems to hit with meteors when you hit a player or a mob. Double-sided sword. It's good because it stops players or mobs for farming for a while. I don't recommend it. The Dragon Trident is good in PvP. Before it was better for PvP considering its water prison. Now X it shoots water at a huge radius. Yama sword for PvP. One of the best swords that I showed for farming. If you are a Buddha it is ideal for you. With the new rework this is one of the best swords. Vando's sword is also one of the best swords in PvP. Huge stun plus damage for me. It is ideal for the trembling fruit. I fought with it. A worthy sword. Tushita sword is also one of the best swords in this game for farming. Good for PvP. The best one is on the level with the pit. Huge stun plus damage. Shisui sword is on the same level as Wando. Huge damage, no stun, long range skills for PvP, good for farming as well. The Sadi sword is on the same level as Vando and Shisui. Also, huge damage and long-range skill for PvP, good for farming as well.
Only come down at night.
Sword Saber is good for farming in 1 to 2 Cs for entry level. For PvP I don't recommend it, at most just for fun. Sword Pole 2 Adform V2, also one of the best swords for PvP. Huge damage plus 2 skills that will stun a player or mob for farming. I don't recommend it, but you can try this sword. It's suitable for the Rumble Fruit. Nightblade. Many consider this sword to be one of the best in PvP. It is, but not the best for PvP. For an amateur, 2 skill proselytes into the player and mobs with portals, as I remember. I may be wrong, so sorry. Coco Sword. The sword is good for farming for me, but for PvP it's too much for an amateur. To be honest, 2 skills on X. This is a sight that shoots energy.
From the dead.
Dagger. Dark Dagger. The sword is also good in PvP for the amateur. It can be used as a one-shot combo, and I remember he himself can do one-shots with a skill on X and Z.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all invited to go fucking mental on this motherfucking drop. The countdown has just begun. Are you ready?
So we're back from the dead.
Kanvander, the sword is good for farming for PvP average. I've seen players who walk around with it. If it's Prilovchitsa you can play with it. Nachitsa personally players above 10 meters bounty can play on any set, even on a kilo with a katana. Believe me.
We're back from the dead.
Hell yeah.
Buddy Swirl, the sword is good for PvP slow strike, but skill fast difficult to dodge them. It will suit me if you have a spider or light. This and 2 sword form V1 and form V2 are good for PvP. If you have a trembling fruit or something similar for farming in 1C will be suitable.
We're back from the dead.
Are you ready? Let's go. Man from the dead.
Spiked Trident. This sword is also one of the best PvP swords for farming. I don't recommend it. A skill on Z pushes a skill on X, attracts players and mobs to itself.
We're back from the dead. Back from the dead. Back from the dead.
Anchors of the sword. For me, this is the best sword for PvP. There is no better one. You ask why it is the best. Toye Renguko 8k damage on the ground, right there, 7k or 6k. This sword has a huge distance plus one-shot combo with auto-aiming. I remember this is the ideal sword for PvP. This is my opinion for farming average. Renguko sword, huge damage for farming, huge damage plus stun players and mobs. Pole V1 sword is good for 1C and for PvP stun plus normal damage for farming average. Zoro swords good for farming and PvP if you are a Buddha for you PvP imba. Scythe for PvP, imba for farming. Also 2 skills: stun damage, huge stun of players and mobs. KDK is the best sword for farming PvP, huge damage plus stuns players and mobs for a short time. I hope this video was useful to you. That's all I didn't show, only the Dark Blade and Triple Dark Blade, but I don't have the Dark Blade. Thanks for watching.